What's good, YouTube? Your boy Fulan Speaks back, man. Another morning. Beautiful day here in Philadelphia, man. Beautiful. So he comes into my comments. A couple people said, you talk a lot of ish. Use the SHIT word. I'm trying not to say that too early in the thing so YouTube don't mess with me. And I'm like, to that, yeah, of course. That's what I do. That's what I do. I talk trash. You know what I mean? Like, you don't like that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate you coming, but you ain't got to. You feel me? You feel me? I talk trash, man. That's what I do. But I believe all of it. Ain't no cap there. Not a capologist, baby. So last night, we had some games. It's still preseason. I don't read too much into it. But in the Chicago Sky game versus Minnesota, I'm liking some of what I'm seeing, man. I'm liking some of what I'm seeing. I like the way went to getting Camila Cardoso going early. That's what you got to do with Camila, man. Get her some of them early touches so she can get rolling, get rocking and rolling, doing her thing. I like the way she's using her size, using her physicality in that game. Most nights she will not be up against, someone that can match her. You can't teach 6'7", 2, whatever she weighs. Can't teach that, And that's what you got to do. You got to feed the beast. Angel, be an angel. Finding ways to get her points. That's what she does, man. That's what she do. Playing solid defense. That's what she do. So impressed with Ariel Atkins. This was the game where she's really starting to show us, who she is. She was chilling in the game against Brazil. I'm looking forward to more of that. I think there's going to be some crazy, memorable games with Ariel Atkins really taking over. Trust me. HVL. I want to see, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of her with Ariel Atkins on the floor at the same time. That right there, we got a little taste of it yesterday, and I'm liking how that's looking. But that ain't to push away Vandersloot. Sloot looking like Bob Cousy out there. You know what I mean? The little doozy-doo dribble. Boop, 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 boop. You know what I mean? Just finding everything. Sloot is nice. Sloot is real nice. Glad we picked her up, man. Because at the time when we did, I was just kind of a little iffy about it. Yeah. Sloot nice. And for those who don't know nothing about Bob Cousy, let me tell you something, y'all. There ain't 20 players that ever played in the NBA that's better than Bob Cousy. Now I know y'all don't know that, but y'all need to check the stats. And y'all need to just check this boy out. There ain't 20 guys that have played, definitely point guard, that's better than Bob Cousy. Trust me. And Sloot, that's what she remind me of. That's the way she moves around. The dribble style, the way she seeing everything, she nice. The no looks, yeah. Great move, Chicago. Not only because she can help you right now, help them bigs right now, but also if your point guard for the future is HVL, perfect mentor. It's the perfect mentor for him. I like that move. This is going to be a fun season. I'm looking forward to some of the memorable moments that we're going to have this year, as the Chicago Sky continues to build something that'll be special, sooner or later. I'm liking that. Really am liking that. I ain't got much to say about the game. Again, it's preseason, but, I did like the way the starters looked against their starters, though we got to keep in mind Caleb McBride, who's a big part of what Minnesota does, both offensively and defensively, wasn't there. So we keep that in mind, but still, even without McBride, Minnesota would still be a formidable foe. And I really like the way Chicago looked. I really did, man. I like what Tyler Marsh is trying to do. I like the way he's utilizing everybody. Um, I think I am starting to open up to Michaela coming off the bench with HVL. I think I am opening up to that. But we got to get rid of Aunt Rachel, okay? Got to get rid of Miss Rachel running around looking like a roly-poly, okay? I'm just not feeling that. Can't guard nobody. Ain't making no damn shots. I'm just, come on now. And I think either he's just giving her a chance to play herself into losing that spot, losing her status, or what you're doing is you try to let her show what she can do so that way you can throw her in a trade package. I think one of those two things are going. Ain't no way in the world Tyler Marsh is looking at this team and seeing Bantam as being part of like what they trying to do this year. Ain't no way. I can't see it. So, besides that, I'm liking the way the team is looking. Minnesota, of course, I ain't got much to say about them. They're still going to be a top 4 team, in the league. There's no doubt in my mind about that. On to the Aces and the Liberty. The Liberty looked pretty damn good, man. The Liberty looked pretty damn good. I'm gonna say that. I expected the Aces to just get them out of here. Now, mind you, again, it's still preseason. I don't know what happens if both teams are playing 40 minutes and really trying, right? But just looking at the starters versus the starters, they did expose that the Aces, though, I still feel like they're head and shoulders above pretty much everyone. I don't know. I haven't seen them play against New York or Minnesota yet. But just generally because of the team and everything like that, and you got the best player in the league and all of that, and I think you got the best 2-3 combo. Mercury was putting up, was exposing that they need, a little bit more time to gel. Lloyd and Young and whatchamacallit, Chelsea. Listen, Thomas' impact was there right away. Kalia Copper, Satu Sabali. Who am I forgetting, man, on the team? There's a couple other players, man, that was balling. And I like the defensive intensity that they were showing. I like the fight they were giving the Aces. I was really impressed with Liberty. And if the Liberty is going to play like that, I could see them, definitely being a team that you got to contend with as far as the playoffs. They're a much better defensive team than they were last season, when they had, the elder statesman, Diana Taurasi there. You had, of course, Sophie Cunningham. But I don't know. I didn't, just from that, I mean, it's a small sample size, of course, but just from that, I didn't see them missing, either one of them at all, from what I can see. But, again, we'll see. We'll see how that goes, man. Then the other game we had was the Sparks versus the Valkyrie. The Valkyrie, man, I kind of didn't give them a really good breakdown yesterday, man. The Valkyrie got a couple ballers on the team, man. Monique Billings, who, for some reason, when I was researching them, I didn't see her in the research. Maybe they didn't have her marked as a starter, and that's where, I kind of got a little misled there. And they also got Tiffany Hayes, who I like, who was with the Aces last year, the vet. So they were formidable against the Sparks. They really were. They were formidable, man. They were bringing it. But of course the Sparks, ultimately had good control of the game. But it was a really good environment out there in Golden State. The energy in the building felt really good. So I'm sure they're happy about that, the franchise as well as the league. I don't know the official numbers, man. I'm not one of these dorks on here that's keeping track of how many people are attending and all of that. I don't have time for that. But from when I was watching, the fans seemed really engaged. It seemed like really good energy in there, to me. But of course, the Sparks, led by Rickea Jackson, who got a quick, smooth 12 in that first quarter, like it was made it look so damn easy, like it was nothing. They didn't really run her a whole lot of minutes. And this is despite the fact that the offense, I don't know, they don't seem to. I think that the offense would be a lot better if they really focused on going to Rickea, running stuff for her, letting her go to work, because she will be their best scorer out there. Hamby I like as well. You got to give, I think, a good dose of work to both of them, to Hamby and to Rickea Jackson. Plum, I know out there, she's the leader now, trying to kind of get everything organized and situated. She played well, Kelsey gonna be Kelsey. Odyssey Sims was out there balling. The only concern I was kind of having is when you have Odyssey Sims and Kelsey Plum as your backcourt, is that a little redundant? Kinda. Is there a little bit of redundancy there? With those two players, I wonder. Just the fit makes me wonder. I don't know. I tend to like to have one guard in the backcourt taller. It's rare that it works when you got two short guys. I don't know. Those are just my thoughts. But the Sparks went out there. For their first showing of the season, it's pretty good. Cameron Brink won't be available for a few months, from what I understand. They're talking about June, maybe close to July or something like that. So hopefully she'll be able to get out there. But other than that, man, there was some good action. Preseason, just ready for the season to start, man. Ready for the season to start. I think the Dallas Wings play later. That's good. I want to check them out. Because it's just crazy, man. The amount of, you got somebody like Paige Beckers who is really stays out of all types of trouble, don't say none of the wrong things. And you got these clowns out here really trying to slander her, man. Like, bruh, these dudes, man, they so... Let me stop, man. I ain't even gonna get into it. I just gotta start ignoring these dudes, I guess. But it's just in my nature to call people out. You feel me? So anyway, man, let me get back to business. I'll catch up with y'all later. Peace out.